Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another Command Your Day. Hop on in the room. I'm Anika V. Brown. Welcome to my virtual space. It is time to get our day. I'm Anika V. Brown. Welcome to my virtual space. It is time to get our day started. Morning, Lisa. Hi, it's Danny. How are you? Welcome to the room. Come on in. I'm Anika V. Brown. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Double tap for me if you're able to do that. Hit the follow button if you are new here. Join the family. I'm live here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Command Your Day. And this is our time where we get together and we use words to breathe life into our day. So if you are looking for a community that provides you motivation, valuable insights, and practical strategies for success, you are in the right place. So come on in. Hey, Delta, how are you? Welcome to the room. Hello, Dr. C. I hope I said your name right. Hey, Christy, good morning. Happy Saturday. Ready, set, glow. How are you? Happy Saturday to you. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, hi, Dion. Welcome to the room. SN3. Ooh, that's an interesting tag. Hi, Maria. Welcome to the room. Hey, Kennedy. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Command Your Day. Again, if you're new here and you're looking for a community that provides you with motivation, valuable insights, and practical strategies for success, you are in the right place. Yes, you are. Hit that follow button, become a part of the family. There's also a link in my bio for you to join the Commanders community. Hi, Keisha. How are you? Good morning to you. There's also a link in my bio for you to join the Commanders community. Just tap my profile picture. It's going to take you to my bio. Tap the first link in the bio. Drop your best email address. Hit submit. And that is how you join. I currently have in rotation a goals assessment that you can take to see how ready you are for your next major life goal. It is a free assessment. It is very helpful to see where you are as it pertains to your next major life goal in discipline, in mindset, in strategy that is absolutely necessary for you to execute those goals. So join my community, get access to this assessment, and let's get you ready for your next major life goal. So yes, come on in the room. Welcome, welcome again. I am Anika V. Brown. Welcome to my virtual space. Hey, Nana. Good morning, MP. Hi, Venus. The Wolf. Good morning. Good morning, Lilia. How are you? Good morning to you. Good morning. So yes, this is Command Your Day. We're here live every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to join us here. We're going somewhere. We're making bold moves this year. It has been an amazing year so far, and we're continuing to make bold moves. We want to close the year out very strong, so we're continuing to make bold moves. You're good. Awesome. I'm doing well. Also, no complaints at all. So yes, we're making bold moves. What you're looking at is a cover to my new book, The Bold Moves Manual, which is what we work from here every morning. We go through mindset coaching, and that is exactly what this book is. Mindset coaching. Hey, Liz, good morning. Good morning to you. So again, this book is Mindset Coaching in a Book. You can get a copy of it on Amazon, so you can join us here and follow along with us. Follow along. It really helps you to retain the information and makes it a bit easier for you to execute because you have the strategies readily available in front of you. So that is why you want to get a copy of the Bold Moves Manual and join us right here. It makes so much different when you're a part of a community that is going places, doing major things, transforming mindset. and really executing, not just talking about it, but we're actually executing on those goals that we've set for ourselves. We are walking out the beliefs that we already have, that we can be successful, we can go to new places, connect with new people, take advantage of new opportunities. So if that is what you're looking for, welcome to our community. Hit that follow button. Again, there's a link in my bio for you to join the Commanders community. Stay connected with us and let's make some bold moves together. Now, we like to start out our time here with our gratitude check-in. So what I ask that you do is drop in the comments 3 things that you are grateful for today. Go ahead and drop 3 things that you are grateful for today. Now, we do this exercise every day to help to keep us in a mindset of abundance. We're not complaining about what we lack or who's not here. Good morning, Cynthia. We're not complaining about who's not here, what's not here. We're not using up our energy for that. No, we're looking around and we're being grateful for what we already have. Gratitude is going to open you up for more. So let's be grateful for what we already have. All right, awesome. The big 3. Yes, indeed. The big 3 is life, health, and strength. So if you are new here, and those are the things that you're grateful for, you can drop the big 3 in the comments. Life, health, and strength. Those are the big 3. My life lessons, and growth. Ooh, I love that. Grateful for my family, my health, and my business. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so gratitude helps to keep us in a mindset of abundance. Everything may not be the way that you want it to be right now, but you're growing, you're evolving, you're going to another level. So let's be grateful for where we are. Let's be grateful for it. I'm grateful for the use of every single one of my limbs. Awesome. I love that. I love that. And these are things that sometimes we forget because we just get up and we move, we walk, we touch, we handle things, and we don't even think like there are people in this world that they're not able to do these things. So yes, we have to be grateful for even the things that we consider small things. They're not small at all. Truly, they're not small at all. There's somebody out there wishing that they had a percentage of what you have, wishing that they could do what you're doing right now and complaining about. So let's be grateful. All right, let's be grateful. Every day you want to find at least 3 things to be grateful for. 3 things to be grateful for, and that is going to transform your life, your mindset, and how you see things. Bonjour, Danny. How are you? How you doing? All right, let's keep it moving. We've made a promise to ourselves that we're going to make bold moves this year. So I want you to reiterate that promise by typing in the comments, I am making bold moves this year. I am making bold moves this year. We're not waiting. We're not putting it off. We're not discounting ourselves. No, we're going to write the book, start the business, go back to school. We're going to heal, right? We're going to move to the new city. Whatever your bold move is, we are getting it done this year. We're going to grow. We're not going to discount ourselves or be overly worried about what people think, what people will say, what are they going to do. They're going to say and do no matter what. So let's make these bold moves together so we can get to our next level. So type in the comments, I am making bold moves this year. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, we are making bold moves this year. Type that in the comments. So you're going to bring that idea to life. You're going to bring the solution that you have and share it with the world. Somebody wants to see it. Somebody wants to know about it. So bring that solution to the world. Start the brand that you've been thinking about now for 5 years. Some of you 10 years. You've had this idea. You've written it over and over again in your journal, but you still haven't moved on it. This is the year that we make the bold move, right? Write that book. Start the business. Bring a better way of doing life to life. Bring that to life. All right. So this is the year that we're making bold moves. Yes, yes, Lilia, I see you. We're making bold moves this year. And again, what you're looking at is the cover to my new book. And this is what we're working from. It is mindset coaching in a book. So if you have decided that this is the year that you're going to make the bold moves, you want to get a copy of this book. It is available on Amazon, or you can download the e-version from the link in my bio. All right. So get you a copy. You can join us here and follow along, or if you just want to go through it on your own, that is fine. The strategy in how I wrote that book is as if I was there with you doing coaching right in that moment. So it will help you whether you're here with us or if you're using it on your own. It is very effective. All right, so you can get your copy on Amazon, or you can download the e-version from the link in my bio. All right, let's do this. Let's pray really quickly. I'm going to pray the 23rd Psalm, and then we're going to move right into the rest of the agenda. Let's do that. The Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. For thou art with us, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil, our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen, amen, and amen. So that is the 23rd Psalm that we pray every morning. We're going to keep it moving. Yes, surely, without a doubt, goodness and mercy shall follow us. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Grace. Welcome to the room. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the follow button. We're live here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Hit that follow button so you will get the notification whenever I go live. Hey, Bonnie, welcome to the room. Welcome. So let's get through our affirmations. These affirmations, you can also find them in the Bold Move manual as well. So once you get the book, you will find the affirmations in the front of the book. All right, so here we go. Let's work through them. I'm going to read through the list. You're going to repeat it to yourself, and then you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. So here we go. I am capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. Today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith. And today I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. I give myself permission to win. I am a visionary. I see beyond my present. I think beyond limitations. I create the future. Nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is impossible for me. So these are the affirmations that we use every day to position our mindset so we can take the day on with a positive outlook. Again, you can find these affirmations inside of the book. Grab you a copy of the Bold Moves Manual on Amazon so you can get access to these affirmations. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Thank y'all so much for hopping in the room. Again, hit that follow button. Hi, Sunlor. Thank you so much for hitting the follow button. I appreciate that. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the follow button. Join the family. Become a part of the family. Thank y'all so much for typing. I agree. I appreciate that. Become a part of our community. You can do so by tapping my profile picture. There's a link in my bio. Utilize the first link in my bio. Drop your best email address, hit submit, and that is how you join. Again, I do have in circulation right now, or in rotation, I guess you could say, the goals assessment. What it does is evaluate where you stand to in position, or are you in position for your next major life goal? How's your discipline? How's your mindset? How is the strategy? Do you have a strategy to get to your next major life goal? So that assessment looks at all these areas and tell you where are the gaps, where you stand, what you need to do to get to fill those gaps, to get to your next major life goal. If you want access to that assessment, you got to join the Commanders community. It is free. It is a free community which gives you valuable information. Yes, it truly is a good assessment. It is a good assessment. Thank you for putting that. She took the assessment to find out where she's at as it pertains to her next major life goal. It is a good assessment and it is free. You just need to be a part of the community. Tap my profile picture. Use the link in bio, drop your best email address there, hit submit. That is how you join. It will come to your email, do the assessment, see where you stand and what your next move is. All right, it's a great assessment to see where you stand as it pertains to your next major life goal. All right, so do that. If you cannot find it, just DM me and I'll give you the instructions again on how to locate that assessment. All right, awesome. Grab you a copy of the Bold Moves Manual as well. Join us here. We're live 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time every morning for Command Your Day. It really helps you when you're able to follow along. I like finding the weak areas. And that is so good, Liz. Thank you for dropping that there. That takes maturity. I'll say that. It takes maturity because not everybody wants to be told where their weak spot is. But if you want to grow, you have to be willing to hear, hey, do better with your time management. Hey, do better with your organization skill. Hey, you got to speak up a little more. Hey, you got to get clear on what you're trying to say. A lot of people don't want to hear that. But if you are desiring to grow, it is necessary for you to be open to finding out what are my weak areas? Where do I need to grow, right? So I can get to my next level. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. I read a lot. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. I don't know everything. And I appreciate when someone tells me, hey, do this a little better, get clear here, elevate your speaking in this way. I appreciate that because I want to do better. I want to get better. So that takes maturity to say that, Liz, and I appreciate you for dropping that in the comments. If we want to grow, we have to be open to hearing the weak areas, learning about them, right? And understanding that, hey, you could do a little better in this area. You could manage your time better. It is not funny to show up late everywhere you go. Right? Some people think it's funny, but no, it's not funny to show up late. You got to work on that area, okay? Because you just may miss an opportunity because you think it's funny to show up late everywhere that you go. All right. All right, let me get back on track. So grab a copy of the Bold Moves Manual. It's available on Amazon, or you can download the e-version using the link in my bio. If you want to work with me, DM me the word mentor so we can co-create your execution. Let's get very clear on what your vision is for your future, and we can get to the next major life goal that you are thinking about and desiring in this season. So DM me the word mentor if you want to be a part of my mentorship program, or if you want to just work with me. All right, DM me the word mentor. Awesome. Let's keep it moving. It is Revisit Saturday. Revisit Saturday. So we're going to look back on two of the words that we covered this past week and just highlight some key takeaways for our growth and for us to retain the information. So what I'm going to give you is like footnotes to what I covered this past week more extensively. So you're going to get the footnotes. If you want the full strategy, the full outline on these words that I'm going to go over, you got to get the book. Get the Bold Moves Manual, because that's where I'm going to be pulling these notes from today. So if you're new here, new to my platform, new to me, first time on my live stream, what I'm going to go over today, it's inside of the book. That's a cover that you're looking at. It is available on Amazon. So if this is good to you and this is just a footnote, you want to get the book so you can get the full strategy on these words. All right. Awesome. So let's keep it moving. The first word that we're going to look back on is perspective. This is one of my favorite things to teach on. Perspective. Perspective. One of my favorite things to teach on. So let's look back on what we covered this past week on perspective. So the definition is a particular attitude towards or way of regarding something, a point of view. That part most of us are familiar with, having a point of view, right? So perspective, yes. Perspective is how you interpret what you see. Perspective is a choice. A lot of people don't know that. They think, okay, because this is what it is, this is what I see, that's just it. And no, sometimes we have to be able to shift our perspective, shift how we see it. Don't just look at it with the bias that you've had from the past. How about shifting your perspective? Like, let me be open to see this from another angle, right? Let me be open to stepping in this person's shoe to see it from their perspective. Why are they talking like this? Why are they acting like this? Right? So shifting your perspective. It is a choice. You can choose to stay where you are and see it from the angle straight on, not moving to the left or to the right, so that you can see what is the side view to this situation, right? What is the upper view for this situation? What is the lower view of the situation? You have the choice as to what viewpoint you take about the situation that you're in. You don't always want to just stand facing the situation from the angle that you have always stood. No, how about we move to the side a little bit? Let's take a side view of this situation. Let's take a side view of this financial situation. Why does this keep happening? Why do I always mess up with my money? Let's take a side view, right? Or let's take an upper view. What is it about my mindset? Why I keep handling money this way? So again, perspective is a choice. Let me stick to my notes because I'll go way out. Get the book. Get the book. So perspective is how you interpret what you see. Perspective is a choice. When you learn to shift your perspective, you can shift your entire reality. Again, you don't always just want to look at it straight on. You've always stood in a straight on position when it comes to relationships, when it comes to money, when it comes to your job. You've always looked at it from a straight on viewpoint. How about you move to the right a little? Get a side view of the situation. Get an upper view of the situation. All right. So when you learn to shift your perspective, you can shift your entire reality. Now, perspective creates either limits or possibilities, but you get to choose. You get to choose. Will I make this situation limit me, or will I choose to see the possibility from this financial crisis, this relationship issue, this job issue, this family issue? You get to choose. Either it becomes a limit or a limitation to you, or it's a possibility. You get to choose what perspective you take on of this situation that you're facing. Now, some people see obstacles while others see opportunity. Some see problem while others see possibilities, right? Some see setbacks while others see setup. You know what? This is a setup for my comeback. I'm not going to let this thing shut me down. It is just a setup for a comeback. You get to choose. You get to choose. All right. Now, here's how you shift your perspective so you can get these big goals that you're going after for this year. Number one, reframe challenges as opportunities. So instead of saying, why is this happening to me? You're going to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? And this is one of the most powerful questions that you can ask yourself when you're walking through a hard time, walking through a difficult situation. This is one of the most important questions that you can ask yourself. What is this teaching me? You're having trouble on the job. You got that coworker that is on your back. What is this situation trying to teach me? You got this family issue. You want to take a step back, shift your perspective. What is this situation trying to teach me? Right? Have I not set up boundaries? Why my family just do and say whatever they want? Have I not set up boundaries? Why my family just do and say whatever they want to say? Maybe that is the lesson in the situation. But because your perspective has always been, oh, they just trying to get me down. They just trying to stop me. They just trying to hold me back. Shift your perspective. Shift it. So instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Don't play the victim. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? That is one of the most powerful questions that you can ask yourself when you're walking through a difficult, a hard time, a hard season in any area of your life. It applies. It applies in any area of your life. All right. So you must learn how to reframe challenges as opportunities. Opportunity to learn, opportunity to grow, opportunity to shift your perspective so you can see it from another angle. All right. So learn how to reframe challenges as opportunities. Then show gratitude. It is the ultimate perspective shift. Being grateful. And I push that every day. We got to be grateful. This is the ultimate perspective shift. You know what? I may not have steak on the table, but I am grateful for the chicken that I have. I've had chicken all week. I know that, but I'm still grateful for there are people that out there that don't have an option, don't have anything to eat. So I'm grateful for this. The ultimate perspective shift is being grateful. So instead of saying, oh man, I have to go to work, how about you say, I get to go to work? There are people out there with multiple degrees that don't have a job. They don't have a job. So instead of saying, I have to go to work and just with a negative tone, let's shift that. I get to go to work. And instead of, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, say that I'm blessed with opportunities. Because I'm sure there were times that you were praying, man, I wish this door would open up. I wish I had access to that. I wish I was able to get a meeting or be in a meeting or be in a boardroom. I wish I was able to do that. Now you get to do that, and it can get heavy at times, but don't sit in a space of I'm so overwhelmed. No, I'm blessed with opportunities. Now let me figure out how to delegate or if there's another system I could use so that I'm not so overwhelmed, right? These are the things that you want to think about, because if you complain about it, you're going to lose it. I promise you, you're going to lose it. If you're not grateful for it, you're going to lose it. So instead of saying I'm overwhelmed, say I am blessed with opportunities. And then you figure out systems that you can put in place to make it a little bit more easier for you. All right. A grateful heart shifts your focus from lack to abundance, which is why, again, I encourage gratitude, the gratitude exercise that we do here every morning. It is important that we do that. Again, it is the ultimate perspective shift. No, everything is not perfect. No, I don't have everything that I want, but I'm grateful for what I have. Absolutely grateful for what I already have. It may not be the name brand, may not be 10,000 square feet. It may not be the Bentley or the whatever name brand or luxury car. It may not be that, but I am grateful for what I have. I can get from point A to point B. I can put my keys in the door and nobody's going to tell me to go out or get out. Be grateful. May not be 10,000 square feet, but my God, I could put my keys in the door and nobody can tell me to get out. So be grateful for that. It is the ultimate perspective shift. All right. I hope that is helping you. I know I'm going fast. I got a busy day ahead of me. All right. So perspective in personal growth looks like this. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I am learning and growing. I am learning and growing. Don't shut yourself off. Don't shut yourself down by saying, I can't do this. Say, I am learning and growing. All right. Let that be the words that come out of your mouth. I don't have all the answers, but I can learn and I can grow. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as feedback. So you can identify the missing pieces and correct it next time around. Don't sit in a corner and be like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. No, shift your perspective. If it doesn't work out, let me pull the feedback. Did I move too fast? Did I move too slow? Did I not call the right person? What information did I forget? Use it as feedback so that you can continue to step into opportunities and take on opportunities. But if you just sit in a corner and you're like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want to mess up. How are you going to grow if that is your perspective? I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. You cannot grow in any area of your life if you sit in a corner and say, oh, I'm not doing it because I don't want to fail. No, embrace it as feedback. Did I move too fast? Did I say too much too soon? Right? Did I lay it out all on the table too fast? What did I do? So pull the feedback from that. So the next time around, okay, I know I need to slow down here. I know I need to learn this information first and apply it here, right? So pull the feedback from it. Don't sit in a corner and say, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to make a decision because I don't want to fail. Failure is a part of the journey. Embrace it as feedback, okay? Instead of seeing rejection as a sign that you're not good enough, see it as God's protection for you. God's protection for you. So you applied for the promotion and you didn't get it. Okay, maybe there was something connected to it that does not align with the values that I have. So that's God protecting me. Don't beat yourself up. See it as God protecting me. This relationship didn't work out. Don't beat yourself up and say maybe you weren't good enough. Don't do that. Okay? That's God's protection for you. So the perspective shift is, instead of seeing rejection as your sign that you're not good enough, see it as God's protection for you. Because you don't know what's up ahead. He can see it. He can see it. And if he knows that you're not going to be able to handle that devastating fall or that devastating blow, he'll make the separation happen right then and there. And it's not that you're not good enough. It is protection. So see it as protection. All right. So when something gets difficult or something difficult happens, you're going to pause, ask yourself, how can I see this differently? How can I see this differently? How can I see this financial situation differently? How can I see this job situation differently? How? Where is the opportunity in this challenge? This thing that is challenging me right now. Where's the opportunity in it for me to grow, for me to learn something new, for me to cultivate a strategy to overcome it? Where is the opportunity in this challenge? Because there's always opportunities in it. Always. When you don't have enough food in your house, the opportunity becomes, hey, I created a new dish and you just may enjoy this new dish, right? You find all the little scraps that's around your house and you put something together and you may end up liking it. You may end up liking it. And even when you have an abundance in your house, you still make that meal because there was an opportunity for you to create something new. You created it and you actually liked it. All right. So you're going to ask, how can I see this situation differently? Where is the opportunity in this challenge? And how can I grow from this? These are the questions that you're going to ask the next time something difficult happens, or if you're going through a difficult situation right now. You're going to pause so that you give yourself the ability to shift your perspective, and then you ask, how can I see this differently? Where is the opportunity in this challenge? How can I grow from this situation? Your life will always move in the direction of your strongest perspective. So if your perspective is negative, that's the direction that your life is going to move in. If it is positive, if you choose to see the opportunity, if you choose to see possibilities, that's the direction that your life is going to go in. So shift your thinking and you will shift your life. That is the power of perspective. All right. So that's the first word that we're reviewing. Again, get the book if you want the full outline. I just gave you the footnote. I know that was a lot, but it was just a footnote. Get the book that you're looking at, the Bold Moves Manual. It is inside the book in full detail. You can get the full strategy inside of this book. So grab you a copy on Amazon, or you can download the e-version from the link in my bio. All right, let's move into the second word. The second word that we're going to look back on, it's reflection. So we're looking back. We're looking back on reflection. Yes, we are. Reflection is the second word that we're looking at. Again, I'm just giving you the footnotes. If you want the full outline for these words, you got to grab the book. Gotta grab the book. Yes, reflection. So the definition is taking the time to think about, meditate on, evaluate, and give serious thought to behaviors, thoughts, attitudes, motivations, and desires. Is this book on Audible? No, it's not. It's not. But I'm thinking. Maybe after I publish 2.0, because 2.0 is coming out the end of next month. So after I publish 2.0, I may just add this version to Audible. I think I'll do that. Thank you for asking, Keisha. Thank you for asking. So I think after I publish 2.0, thank you. After I publish 2.0, I may put this version on Audible. All right, but thanks for asking. All right, so let's talk about reflection. Let's do that. Let's talk about reflection. Reflection is one of the keys to unlocking wisdom, making better decisions, and stepping into a life of greater clarity and purpose. Reflection is the intentional act of looking inwards, examining our thoughts, examining our actions, examining our experiences to gain insight and understanding. That is why you reflect. All right. So for those of you who weren't here during the week, I want you to grab hold of that portion. It is to gain insight and understanding. You are not reflecting to blame yourself, blame others, sit in the hurt, sit in the pain, build up resentment and offense. No, that is not why we reflect. We don't reflect to blame or condemn yourself or get in that space of bitterness. No, we reflect to gain insight and understanding, so that we can make better decisions moving forward. All right? That's the only reason why we reflect. If you find that your reflection is making you bitter and you're blaming this one, blaming that one, blaming yourself, that means you're not reflecting correctly. You're not doing it correctly. Okay? And you want to get out of that before you get into a deep hole that you can't pull yourself out of. And then you're going to end up on someone's couch, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you have to do that, that's okay. But if you find that all of this anger and resentment is building up inside of you and you're blaming yourself and you're talking down to yourself, that means you're not reflecting correctly. Reflection is to gain insight and understanding so you can make better decisions moving forward. Now, reflection involves awareness, understanding, and growth. Awareness, understanding, and growth. For those of you who are just hopping in, we're just doing a review of two of the words that we covered this past week from the book that you're looking at, the Bold Moves Manual. You can get your copy on Amazon for the full outline of what we're discussing right now. All right, so awareness, which is noticing the patterns, behaviors, and emotions that shape your life. You got to be able to take a bird's eye view of what are your patterns? How do I respond when I connect to new people? How do I respond? What's my pattern when I get in a group? Do I soak up all of their energy and all of a sudden I'm acting like them? Or do I maintain my individuality, right? Stand up in who I am and be confident in who I am, not just absorbing their energy and then becoming like them, right? So you got to get that bird's eye view and be aware of yourself, of your behaviors, and of your emotions that shapes your life. So awareness is the first one. Then there's understanding, asking why you react a certain way, why you made a particular decision. This is heavy, but it is necessary. You got to ask yourself why. Why do I fall so fast? Why am I so open to new individuals? Why do they become my best friend after the first conversation, right? That's not healthy at all. It's not. Why? So asking yourself why. And it's okay. Ask yourself why and get a better understanding of who you are, why you act the way that you act, why you do the things that you do. And again, you're not doing this for self-condemnation. No, you're pulling insights and understanding so you can make better decisions. Okay? You're not reflecting to condemn yourself or be mad at someone. You are looking back, reflecting to get a better understanding of who you are, why you make the decisions that you do, so you can do better the next time around. So the second part of it is understanding. And understanding comes when you ask yourself why you react a certain way, why you made a particular decision, why something impacts you so deeply, and making the connections between these things and choosing to change and grow from it. All right. So the second portion is understanding. Then the third is growth. So using those insights to make intentional changes and move forward with clarity. So again, the three areas of this reflecting is awareness. So noticing your patterns, your behaviors, and your emotions that shapes your life. Then there's understanding, asking yourself why I react a certain way, why I made a particular decision, why some things impact me so deeply. So asking why, and then growth, using those insights to make intentional changes and move forward with clarity. All right. So reflection isn't about dwelling in the past. You don't want to do that again. If you find that you're sitting in that space of building up resentment or blaming yourself or being harsh on the decisions that you've made, no, it's about learning from the past, pulling insights so you can make a better decision. It's about using your experiences, both good and bad, as stepping stones towards a greater future. You know what? Last year when I got my tax return, I blew it on shopping when I knew that I wanted to start investing. So you're looking back and you're pulling insights like, you know what? As soon as this money hits my bank account, I'm going to invest it. So right now, let me open up, let me get with Vanguard or Stanley's or whatever the other ones are. If you want to use your local bank, which you could do that. Let me open this thing up right now so that as soon as this money hit my bank account, I'm distributing it to my investment. So you're looking back, not to say, oh, you are this and you are that because you got the money and you didn't do right with it. No, that's not what we're doing. Okay. We're identifying the fact that, you know what, I wanted to invest last year. I got the money, but I didn't do right with it. But this year, I'm going to start preparing so that once the money hits my bank account, I can just distribute it into my investments. Okay, so that's what reflection should look like. Not, oh, you're this and you're that and you're just like this and you're just like that. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so we're learning, pulling insights from the past and making better decisions for a greater future. That's how you reflect correctly. All right, so when you make reflection a habit, three powerful things happens in your life. Three powerful things. Let's get through them really quickly. Again, if you want the full outline for what I'm going over, it is inside of this book that you're looking at. Grab your copy on Amazon. So three things happen. One, you gain clarity. Two, you make better decisions. And three, you grow into your best self. You absolutely do. When you reflect on your action, you see areas for improvement and you make adjustment. Growth isn't perfection. We're not perfect, right? Like I said, I don't know everything. I read a lot, but I don't know everything. And I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm intentional. I'm not perfect. My life may seem perfect to some that only know me on social media, but it's not perfect. I am intentional. That's who I am. So growth isn't about perfection. It's about progress. And reflection is the bridge that takes us there. A practical way to reflect. Number one, ask yourself the deep questions. Don't run away from them. Don't shy away from the deep questions. What lesson did I learn today, yesterday, or 2 years ago? Again, sticking with that financial lesson. 2 years ago, I did bad with my tax return. Last year, I did bad with my tax return. How can I apply this lesson to my life today? All right, I'm using tax return because that's usually one of the common ones, right? How can I apply these lessons to my life today? So these are things that you're asking yourself. How did I show up in my relationships? How did I show up on the job? Am I always late? Do I always make excuse as to why my projects are not done on time? Right? So how do I show up on my job? Am I always calling out, but yet I'm expecting to get that promotion? That's not going to happen. So how did you show up in your relationships, on your job, in your business, right? Are you running a business, but you only show up when you feel like it? If somebody did something to you in the morning, all of a sudden business is shut down for the rest of the day. When you have essential service that people are depending on. No, we got to learn from that. All right. We got to learn from that. Now, what habits are helping you and which ones are holding you back? This is another deep question that you got to look at. What are the things that I do every day that is not helping me? It really isn't. I have this health goal, but yet every day I stop at this particular restaurant and get this particular meal that is not helping the health goal that I have. So what habits are helping you and which ones are holding you back? Got to identify them. You got to ask the deep questions. Okay. And when you get the answers, you got to pause and process them. And that will help you to effectively change. Because we don't just want to recognize where the issues are and not do anything. We got to change. Make the change. All right. And secondly, embrace the power of silence. I found out that it is the emotional noise. Yes, Lilia, that's a good point. That's a good point. So secondly, embrace the power of silence. True reflection happens in moments of stillness. So don't be afraid to be still. Don't be afraid to be still. Be still, be quiet, turn the TV off, take the AirPods out of your ears, stop scrolling, and be silent. Be silent. Don't be afraid of that. All right. And third, act on what you learn. Reflection without action is meaningless. So do something with what you've learned. Do something with what you've pulled from your time of reflection. And again, in any area of your life, you can do this in any area of your life. On the job, in the home, with your education, with your finances, with your friendships. You can do this, practice reflection in all areas of your life. And then you're going to do something with what you have learned, right? Reflection is one of the most powerful tools for transformation. But again, it requires intentionality. You have to be intentional about how you're doing it and what you're going to do after it's done. Be intentional. The more we reflect, the more we grow. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Ask yourself what you've learned, what you need to let go of, what steps you need to take next. Because when you take time to reflect, you don't just live life, you learn from it. And we should be learning from life. We should be learning from it. So don't get in that space of saying, man, something is always happening to me. I can't catch a break. Okay, well, what's the lesson? What are the lessons that you're pulling from this repetitive cycle? There are lessons in it. And if you have not yet pulled the lessons from it, it's going to keep happening. Hey, good morning, T. It's going to keep happening. So don't sit in a space of, I can't catch a break. These things are always happening to me. What are the lessons? Sit back and reflect on them. How does it initiate, right? What happened that starts these things? Like, have you noticed the season? What time of year does these things start to happen? Identify the patterns. Reflect so you can identify those patterns. Some people, once it hits spring, like they have no money. Every spring they go through a financial drought. What is taking place? What do you notice is happening? Maybe it's that spring break trip that you keep going on. So you're shopping for clothes that you don't need. You're buying new shoes that you don't need, right? You're going on the trip that you really can't afford at this time. So you got to reflect to see what are the points. Pinpoint those areas. What's happening? Why every spring you don't have any money? All right. So identify. I know this is deep. I hope it's helping you, but it's a fact and I want you to get the help that you need. All right. So pinpoint the areas, do reflection, learn from it. Don't just live life, but learn from it. All right. Get the book so you can get the full outline. Grab the book. It is available on Amazon, The Bold Moves Manual. You could type my name in as well. It will pop up for you. All right. So don't just live life, learn from it. That is a foundation or the foundation to lasting success. Learning from life. All right. Let's set our intentions and keep it moving. So those are the two words. I am going to email out these footnotes today. So if you're on my mailing list, you will get these footnotes that I have here that I just went over. You will get access to them today. So if you're not yet on my mailing list or a part of the Commanders community, do so by tapping my profile picture, using the link in my bio to join the Commanders community. I will send out these notes today. So if you want access to them, you got to be a part of my community. If you want the full breakdown, the full strategy, you got to get the book. These are just footnotes that I just read. Okay, so if you want the full outline on these words, you got to get the book, The Bold Moves Manual. It is available on Amazon and on the link in my bio as well. You can download the e-version of it. All right, let's set our intentions really quickly, and then I've got to go. Think about that goal that you're working on. What are 3 things that you can do today to get you 3 steps closer to that goal becoming a reality in your life? Get those 3 things done today. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening, and then you're 3 steps closer to your next major life goal. If you need more help, you need my strategy, you need my systems, you need my eyes on your goals. You want me to help you co-create an execution plan as I do for my mentees. DM me the word mentor so that I can help you get enrolled in my mentorship program. All right. Awesome. If you have any questions for me at all, you can send me a DM and I'll be sure to answer. Now, let's make some decrees really quickly before we disconnect. We know that life and death lies in the power of the tongue. What you speak is what you will see. So we are very intentional about decreeing all powerful things over our lives. So I'm going to decree for all of us. You're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. And then we're going to move on. All right. So here we go. I decree that all things will work together for our good. I decree that the plans of God to prosper us, to give us hope in the future is made manifest. I decree that God has given us the power to make wealth, and not many days hence we will see tangible results. I decree that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. I decree that God will supply all our needs. I decree that the Lord will open up the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing that we won't have room enough to receive. I decree that we prosper, that we're in good health, even as our souls prosper. I decree that God will make all grace to abound and that we have all sufficiency in all good things and we abound in every good work. I decree that we have good success. I decree that we eat the labor of our hands. I decree that our case is different. We have favor with God, which gives us speed. I decree that we're happy and it is well with us. And I want you to make that one personal and type in the comments, I am happy and it is well with me. I am happy and it is well with me. Use your authority to shift your atmosphere. I am happy and it is well with me. Type that in the comments. Yes, I am happy and it is well with me. You have authority. You can use your words to shift your internal atmosphere. I am happy and it is well with me. And here's the last one on our list. I decree that we're empowered to prosper according to the blessings released to Isaac in Genesis 26:13. We will become rich and our wealth will continue to grow until we become very wealthy. Those are the scriptures. We believe them, and so shall it be. Now, that is how we program a productive and a successful day. Now our mindset and our intentions are set for today, and we understand that anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. So get those 3 things done. Get them done, get them done, get them done. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening. And then you're 3 steps closer to your goal becoming a reality. Again, if you need my help, if you want to work with me on your next major life goal, DM me the word mentor so we can get started working together. Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate it. So I want you to take the day on with faith and expectancy. Expect good things. Expect answered prayers. Expect promotion and increase. Anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. Thank you, Lilia. Thank you, Miss Gloria. All right, if you haven't hit the follow button yet, please do so. Join us back here 6:30 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time, that is. DM me if you have any questions. Thank you for this. I'm going to buy this for my adult children. Awesome. Thank you so much, Keisha. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, so have an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow. I will see you all in the morning. The restream will go up on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I am the Productivity Coach on YouTube. God is using you. Keep pressing. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've given him a yes, and I'm showing up because of that yes. I appreciate that. All right, so have an amazing day. I will see you all in the morning. Bye for now.